Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Okay, discussion piece today on oven bags. I saw Expeditionary Johnny do a boiling water in a Wazoo water purification unit. So he got a Wazoo water purification thing. Now it was a little unit, had basically a plastic bag with a Ranger band, and I think it had two Puri tabs in it as well. All in a very small little unit. It was all folded up, and you could basically put it in in your hat or in kits or whatever. And it reminded me very much of kits that I'd done ages ago using oven bags. You can boil water in plastic bags, which is very difficult to do because the plastic bags don't have a very high melting point. Oven bags are a better option. Now, as far as I know, Wazoo are using oven bags or very similar products. Oven bags here in Australia, this is just the generic Coles brand oven bags. I bought the extra large ones, so these are 48 centimetre by 35 centimetre. I think 4 of them cost me like $2 or something. It was very inexpensive. I bought 2 packets of them, so I put 4 of them in my EDC, and I kept these 4 for experimentation. I'm going to buy another 2 packets of them next week this week coming into it, when I go shopping again. Now, I've been reading on the back, these are all food safe because you can cook in them, but these say preheat oven to desired temperatures, do not exceed 205 degrees Celsius. So that's well above the 100 degrees Celsius, which is the boiling temperature of water. From experimentation ages ago that I did with these, you can only do it over coals. So get a bed of coals going, suspend your bag high enough so that you get radiant heat, no flames whatsoever, but radiant heat, so the bag's suspended up over coals with the radiant heat enough to get it to go to boil. It will take a long time, lots of just fiddling around, getting it working, just so that it's always in the radiant heat, but not enough so that if there are any flare-ups or anything, that you get no flame touches the bag, because as soon as that flame touches the bag, your bag will basically burst and put your fire out. Just a lot of fooling around. Usually takes about 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes, maybe longer. Could take 20 minutes to get that water to a rolling boil. I will do experimentation with this today, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to do it over barbecue briquettes, so there's no flame in them at all. Basically, you might get a little bit of flame, like tiny little bit, but it's basically, once they're ashed over, they just become embers, and I think that's the best way. I'm just going to do it in my barbecue or my rotisserie, whichever one, but I will get a chimney of briquettes going, put them down, then suspend a bag over, time it. Don't know if I'll film it or not. I might film a little bit of it, but it shouldn't take that long, maybe 20 minutes to get a rolling boil go, 10 to 15 minutes rolling boil in water. Now, the extra large bags, 48 centimetres by 35 centimetres, I will measure how much water goes into them. I think a fair bit. But The idea of these is you probably measure off 1 litre or 2 litres of water, because when you're boiling these waters, it's for survival. So most people only need between 1 to 2 litres of water a day, depending on situation. Hotter it is, more water you need, obviously, but average person only needs 1 litre. You usually gauge on about 1 litre of water, so 1 to 2 litres of water a day with moderate to high activity levels. So I would be going at 1.5 litres of water a day to moderate activity levels, and you'd be pretty well set. You're not going to get dehydrated with that. So yeah, probably go 1 litre, 2 litres, and then you're pretty well set. And I think a 48 centimetre by 35 centimetre oven bag will easily hold 2 litres of water. And if you mark that off on the outside, it'll have no problems gauging how much water's in there. I just wanted to show you them and just put that in your mind. These are very good because they pack down so small, and I am going to replicate the Wazoo thing. I'm going to get some Puri tabs. The only thing I don't like about Puri tabs is they go off. They've got a use by date, so usually you only get 12 months out of them. So these are the sort of things that you're constantly having to refresh. So you make the kit up, then if you put it away and sort of forget about it, you come back maybe 12 months later, 2 years later, and everything's out of date. So this is the sort of thing you have to look at, trying to find non-expiring things to put in. So maybe just put the oven bags in a Ziploc bag, and then don't worry about the Puri tabs. Maybe I'm allergic to iodine, so I can't use iodine. So yeah, I don't want to do any of the iodine, and I don't know of any other way apart from the water filters, would be the only other way of doing filtration. So boiling is my best option for purification. Just run it through a filter and then boil it, and hopefully that gets me as far as my water goes. But yeah, this is mainly just because I saw Johnny's video, and then I thought, yeah, well, that gives me an idea, and I'm going to do it. And then these oven bags are reasonably priced, so it's a good idea to have a look at these things. They're very easy to put in your kits, and then it just expands out to have another way of, because having steel or stainless steel or titanium vessels to be able to boil your water in things in all your kits is sometimes not the easiest thing to do. So putting oven bags in your kits to be able to boil water is a very easy way of getting around it. You just have to practice with this stuff, especially with oven bags. I do suggest practicing with it. It is not as easy as everyone makes out, and I did fail a few times. I burst bags, put my fire out. It's not easy to do, but once you get it down, you just work with it. No open flame. Any flame, it just doesn't work at all. Your bags are going to burst. So you've got to build your fire, let the coals go right down to coals only, and get a good bed of coals so that you don't have to worry about that bed of coals is going to last at least half an hour. So yeah, You've got to build a good bed of coals and then spread them out, and then have your A-frame set up nice and strong over the top of your thing, so you can suspend your oven bag up over it, high enough up so that the radiant heat's not going to burst the bag, because you've got to have it up high enough not to exceed your 200 degrees. So yeah, you've got to gauge it and work it out, and yeah, do that. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to report on that. As I said, have a look. These are not expensive, but yeah, just, it's got to be food safe. It's got to be yeah, temperature safe. You know, like I made sure I looked at it. You know, 205 degrees is well above the 100 degrees that water boils at, and yeah, go from there. I did note it made in China. Everything's made in China these days. But anyway, that's and they do make them in various sizes. So if you want to just go down to the smaller ones, maybe, but you've got to have enough to be able to tie it off. But you've got to have the ability to let the steam come out too. So that's another thing too. So yeah, just as I said, it's all about experimentation. You've got to be able to practice this stuff. Don't just buy the bag, put it in there and think you can go out and do it and not practice it before you do it. Anyway, thanks for watching.